Evening.
Welcome to the podcast, Adam.
Glad
Thank
to be
you for
here.
being here. I'm glad that you came back from Texas and that you had a fun time there. Would you like to show everybody the brand new addition to your wardrobe?
This is my cowboy hat. It's 10 gallons and holds
it takes
pretty
93 premium.
holds pretty well in all conditions. So I'm glad that I got
In
it.
what circumstances would you have to wear your cowboy hat?
When I'm riding
Your John Deere?
my John Deere. Yep.
For one.
Yep.
Riding the John Deere.
Riding the John Deere. When I'm singing, I'm starting a country
Makes you,
album.
Yep, that's right. Makes you write songs better. Lets you play the guitar better.
Gonna become a SoundCloud country rapper. And yeah, I mean, other than that, it's just gonna look really good.
I'm really glad that the camera can't see your face.
It's
and
good.
all they see is the cowboy hat covering your head.
It's gonna look really good on my shelf for the next 50 years. So glad that I can have it, and I'm glad that I could expand my cultures. So it's good to have gone.
I don't think you're supposed to take that out. It feels much different now.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's brutal. It's broken now.
What the hell did you do?
Let me see.
Yeah. I don't know. You should probably sit up, though.
Let me see.
Put it on.
Sit.
Yeah, no, you'd have to sit up to put it on. It wouldn't feel the same if you were laying down.
I just want to see it.
Yeah.
That's all.
You can see it on top of my head. Yeah?
I'm
pulling that big brother shit.
I can see it.
You're not even holding the
I
fucking
can't
microphone. Lazy sack of
It's a
shit.
fucking snow day. Let me be me. I was actually supposed to be asleep by now.
Yeah. Tentative schedule to fall asleep. Yeah, it looks much different. The microphone definitely didn't hear what you said, but that hat cost how much money?
$60.
Make sure you come sit over here so the camera can see you.
Oh god.
Feels good to be back, huh?
Yeah.
No one ever really found out about our previous podcast, and then this is the revival, and it's much better. The audio is crisp, the segments are hot, and the guests are even hotter. So thanks for being here today.
Yeah, glad I could oblige. We try to hide the past. That's why we deleted everything.
It's actually all still up.
It's all been it's been burned.
All the files are destroyed.
Fucking Watergate. Trying to get rid of that shit.
So thanks for being on the podcast. Thanks for coming. All right, enjoy the rest of your day. Go enjoy your nap.
Oh, am I done?
Yeah, you're all set.
All right. Peace.
No, fucking come back. So tell everybody about Texas. How was it down there? Hopping a flight to San Antonio.
Let's see. It was.
What was your itinerary?
The itinerary was
Non-existent.
Yeah, we didn't have an itinerary. It was flat and cold, and everyone wore a cowboy hat. I was expecting like what you see in the Western movies, kind of like
Gunslingers and saloons.
Plateaus. I was expecting to see a lot of plateaus.
You said it's flat, right?
Very flat. Yeah.
So that's what a plateau is. It's a low.
No.
It's a low-lying area?
A plateau is like that, like big rock formation that's like really tall, but then it's like flat on the top. You know what I'm talking about? It's like a flat mountain.
Got it.
So I was expecting to see that. I was pretty sad I didn't get to see a tumbleweed.
A real-life tumbleweed in action.
I've never seen a real-life tumbleweed, and I still have never seen one, even after going to Texas. Someone had mentioned to go to West Texas.
And where is San Antonio in relation to Texas?
San Antonio is, I would call it the
You can pull it up on a map right here, actually.
San Antonio is the farthest south major city towards Mexico.
Oh, so you had
So we were like 50.
real authentic Mexican food.
Nah, we didn't go. We didn't go to a Mexican restaurant.
Oh yeah, it's already started. We just kind of started with the both of us. Let's see a little image of San Antonio.
Beautiful city.
Oh my God, it looks gorgeous.
Go to a Spurs game? No, but we were the base was not too far from AT&T Center. There was a rodeo, and I wanted to go. No, it was like a 3-week rodeo at the AT&T Center, and we didn't go because we didn't have the proper getup.
Get up.
So we were told that we would be ridiculed if we went in with Nikes and
Oh God.
khakis.
So there's nothing down here.
There is. I think it's
But
like
so like
Laredo,
there's Austin,
Laredo,
Houston.
El Paso. I think if you zoom in, Laredo and El Paso, you see, because I know the height we saw. There we go. Yep, Laredo. I'm pretty sure El Paso is somewhere here. Home of the taco shells.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
What are we at right now?
6 minutes.
6
Oh,
minutes?
Corpus Christi.
Come a little closer.
No, here, I got it.
Come
No,
over.
no, we're good. Because now I can sit here.
Now you can sit here and then I can check it to make sure that.
No, it's good. I just
You
literally
good?
sit.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Corpus Christi, which is I'm pretty sure that was a rock in Minecraft, which is why I was interested in hearing.
Right?
What is it?
What is it?
What'd you say?
NASA's in Houston.
Houston.
No, NASA. Well, they have
Houston, we
they
have a problem.
The mission control is in Houston, but NASA itself is in Cape Canaveral, not Fort. I was gonna say Fort Lauderdale. Houston. They say that like, oh, Houston, come in because that's where that's where mission control is.
That's the communication center. That's the communication center.
That is the main communication
Got
center.
it.
Correct. That's where they talking to people coming up and down. But
Yeah. What else about Texas?
barbecue was good. I went to a place called Smoke Shack, which was endorsed by Guy Fieri himself.
The living legend, the god.
They had a big picture of
Fieri?
him on the wall.
Fieri.
You talking in Turtle Beaches?
Astros,
Yeah.
bro.
No, Astro.
It's not that
Hardcore
fucking
gamer.
Do you have them connected?
broke boy.
They are connected to my
It's in the
computer.
laptop.
Oh, you're just
Then he
gonna
sends
sync
me
it.
that audio file. We're still kind of
Listen,
broke boy
let's
here.
just-
Put
we're
'em on.
professional here.
Why don't you
This
just
is
put 'em on? For the
Yeah, honestly,
Well,
just put them on. Just put
just
them
put
on.
'em on.
Because like if you shotgun that, it might pick up. It's 100% picking up what I'm saying.
absolutely it is.
So like I feel like I have to talk like this and into the microphone, even though that's still 100%. I feel like it's gonna be doubled.
I just had some things I wanted to talk about, and now I completely forgot them.
We were gonna go see the wall. We didn't get to see the wall. We wanted to go take a picture in front of the wall.
Oh yeah.
There's
Even
an
though-
area that has been built.
No, we wanted to go.
was gonna say.
Well, we just wanted to go. I've never been to the border. I heard it's not the
How fa-
destination.
So when you
All
look
the
at
tourist shows.
so when you look at a map like this, right? And we're looking at just a map of Texas and its surrounding states like Louisiana and whatever the fuck is above that, New Mexico and whatever that's to the left. How far is that drive from San Antonio to Webb or Laredo? Because
well,
when you look at other states, like Connecticut, or for like Charlotte to High Point,
I'd say
that's almost an hour drive, hour and a half drive.
A few hours.
Because Texas is just so fucking big. You could get
But the roads are wide open. You can just fly down them.
yeah, I guess. And they don't call 911 in Texas.
No, they don't.
They're all gunslinging. But
Gunslinging.
it'd been a few hours. We I mean obviously we weren't gonna go, but you know
And you couldn't drive in the car, so
no. But if I ever go back, I'm thinking about maybe going back if a friend of mine goes back.
Would you go to San Antonio or like somewhere else in Texas?
No, I would go to I would definitely want to go to Houston. And I would
Go
just go
see
to
the
the big
Rockets.
cities, Dallas. I mean, it's funny because
Oh, dude, is that sad? What?
that I just got that.
What?
The Houston Rockets.
Oh no,
dude,
it's
come
kind of sad,
on.
but
oof,
Damn.
we'll let the audience decide.
it's brutal.
All right, it's whatever. I'm over it already. It's fine.
It's funny because people told me that San Antonio is like more of a touristy city in Texas than like Dallas or Houston, which kind of surprised me because I thought Dallas would be like the spot. But actually, I learned when I was in Dallas that the reason San Antonio got its basically like put themselves on the map was because they hosted a World's Fair.
A
Like,
World's Fair?
a World's Fair, you know, like the World's Fair.
No,
I
I
know.
don't.
You know what the World's Fair is?
You don't know?
You go look it up.
There was one in
The first one
Queens,
was
right?
in Queens, yeah.
Yeah,
At whatever that place is called.
um,
Pretty sure it's called the World's Fair.
I want to say it's like around where the U.S. Open was.
Yeah, whatever
Like
that
Flushing?
area is. Flushing, yeah.
Another team plays there too.
On Google Chrome, it redirects you to Bing. I don't understand that. I don't fucking get that.
Oh, they got El Chapo.
Oh, I heard about that.
Thank God.
Again? Oh my God.
I feel so much safer now.
The World's Fair is what it's called.
Yeah, so they hosted the World's Fair, I believe, maybe in the late 90s. Look it up. World's Fair San
Colombian?
Antonio.
Is there one every year?
No, I think it's every. Oh yeah, maybe.
Oh yeah, look.
Yeah, World's Fair.
Well, this one actually there's a gap 3 years.
San Antonio. Just click it, see when it was.
2017 it says.
68.
Hemisphere?
68. All right, so yeah,
Hemisphere?
so they got selected, or they were a candidate in 68, but the only way that they were going to be, what would be the word? Like, selectable, or they would be.
They'd be selected.
Yeah, eligible. The only way,
eligible.
the only way,
So
the only way that they would be eligible was that they needed to build. They literally had nothing, especially like not enough accommodations for people, because I think they were estimating that at least like 300,000 people would show up. And at the time, they were like we can't host that many people in our city. Like people will be going to the bathroom in our streets. Like we just don't have that accommodation. So they brought a huge investment into the city, and they just fucking, like Hilton and Marriott, they fucking ran the show and just started building. And they actually, I got a kick out of it. They hold the world record for the fastest built hotel, 200 days.
200 days.
Which is like very impressive if you're in real estate.
Right.
How big is the hotel?
About 16 floors. They did.
Is that a big hotel?
I mean, it's big enough.
Pretty big.
Yeah.
They did was because it was literally like weeks before or months before the World Fair. They built the first 4 floors in concrete, like regular things. Then they built the frame for all the rooms, and then off-site they literally started an assembly line manufacturing all these hotel rooms. And then day and night they would truck them in, and literally just stick them right in.
Really?
And that's how
Wow.
they did it.
That's very cool.
And I got a kick out of that because I thought that's like I can't build hotels. So.
Well, I mean, Santini, they build pretty fast too.
I was gonna say that's why I was kind of confused as to whether or not that was fast or not for the amount of building that they were building, because we just got put into a new building, and this place was brand new when we came in and haunted, free of charge, which is a story for another podcast. But the place just above us on the hill behind us is the same community, and they put that up in less than what?
It was like 3 months. or
Yeah,
something.
not even 3 months.
I saw Amish people.
That's a trip.
Amish people.
Can't hear you.
Amish people.
Amish Mexicans.
Amish. What a crossover.
I saw
That's
Mexican
a new
people.
breed.
A lot of Mexican people. A lot of Spanish being thrown around.
Oh shit! See how much time we have. We're at 13 minutes.
Being that farther south.
Check how
and,
much time is left
I
on the.
assume it's
on the recording.
Like not
If I were to go back, I would stay at the Riverwalk.
yeah, it's the same. It's the same.
And there's only so much you do. We went to the Alamo. That was cool. You can see history if you're a history buff. I don't really get off on that, but yeah, that's about it. It's, fucking. Maybe I'll go back. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know if it wouldn't be my first choice.
What's your first choice?
Easily, someplace I've been, California.
Going back out to Cali. You can come stay with me at Sherman Oaks if you
Yeah,
want.
I would settle that shit.
It'll record it over that. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, hopefully.
But my next destination is probably going to be, I don't know. What's another state I never been to? Washington State. I plan on going to Washington State.
Oh, Seattle.
Definitely.
Well, I'd fly into Seattle, but I think
What's in Washington State?
I'm going to go
Mount St. Helens?
Isn't Acadia in?
No, that's Maine.
the Gorge.
Acadia's in Maine.
Yeah. The Gorge.
We gotta go. That's
Yeah,
close.
absolutely.
Gorge.
I've been there.
Really.
The
Very
Gorge.
cool.
The
The
Gorge.
Gorge.
Oh, yeah.
We both said that as a question, so
Yeah, no.
Oh.
What place
I
are you
don't know
talking
what that
about?
is.
It's an amphitheater no, it's not an amphitheater. It's like a music venue,
Right.
is what you call it. And it's in the middle of like scenery, like in the middle of nowhere in Washington. It's fucking beautiful.
What's the place you went to in California? With John David?
Forum.
The Forum. So is it like Madison Square Garden, the Forum level, where it's like people travel all the way around the world
Nothing
just to
like
be able
that.
to?
No, this is like
Well, it's highly sought after, is what you're saying, right?
This is just totally different.
This is it on its own. Allow it.
Oops.
Okay.
This guy right here. Yeah, so it's you can flash. Can you flash pictures on the video?
Yes.
You should do that.
All right. So I should save this picture. Is what you're saying?
Yeah. It's amazing.
The gorge.
So I've been for the past 5 years. I've been wanting to go Labor Day weekend, but obviously that's impossible with school. And considering that I don't plan on working until the fall, I'm gonna go out there and
Do gorge related things.
yeah, go camp out there. You camp out there when you go, and it's just I'm interested.
It's like a fire music festival. Or the fire music festival.
No, it is nothing like the fire music festival. There will be water. So, yeah, that's probably where I end up going. At least the next place that I've never been, besides Japan. But
So Adam is the travel buff out of all of us and all of our friends. He wants to travel the world. I mean, I want to travel the world too and see everything. But
I think
You
just
are the
Adam's
one that-
more motivated than me.
Yeah,
I'd love to
exactly.
travel.
I like to travel because when you don't travel for a long amount of time, I feel like you're just bogged down by like little things that turn into big things. And then if you just if it's a weekend, which going to Texas for basically 4 days, it's like it gives a whole new perspective. And it's like going down there, it's like, oh my God, I didn't even know any of this existed. I didn't know people buy cowboy hats. So it was, it just gives you a little more perspective, and it gives you some time off to.
yeah, you look natural in that. I'll
I
be
know.
honest.
Yeah, I know.
You haven't even once touched it. It's just kind of part of you now.
Yeah, I could adapt. I did. I was forced to wear it when I was down there.
I'm gonna buy you this cowboy hat, but you're gonna have to wear it.
No, that was the ultimatum. Was I only got it if I wore it, so I had to wear it. We went to the mall shopping. I even did a little bit of this. So,
Mayo, how you doing today?
But that's why I encourage traveling,
Mayo.
even if it's for a few days. Just fucking road trip.
All right, so where are we going next?
Us?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, all of us?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all of us.
I don't know. We'll think about it. I don't know. Where do you want to go? Canada? I've never been to Canada.
Yeah, I'm trying to go to
I've
Canada.
been to Canada
honestly.
like 3 times in the last 12 months. Montreal. Yeah. Montreal, Quebec City.
I got a boy up in Vancouver.
Well, that's over like
I know,
Washington
that's-
State,
I
so
know.
you're gonna have to fly into Seattle.
But no, I seriously,
Sounds like you
I
got a trip
have
planned for that one already.
I have a contact in Vancouver who I met
I've been to Vancouver too.
in Nashville. Have you?
Mhm.
For the Olympics?
Post Olympics.
My uncle, who you guys had met at the lunch, the one that does Dick V bodyguard, whatever. He went
Oh, really?
and saw the Olympics in Vancouver when it happened. It
Was he with Dick?
It was the winter. No, he wasn't with Dick.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I was gonna say that's a perk of the job.
the way I
Dickie
met
B's commentating snowboarding and whatnot.
I met this kid in
can't even do
Nashville.
I know. I was thinking, but I can't even
a
do
Dick
like
V
a
impersonation.
Yeah, exactly. I mess it up.
That makes twist 360.
And he puts the it's snowboarding.
Yes.
Oh God, no. That just
Dickie
doesn't matter.
B
That's not
commentating like alpine skiing.
Jesus. That's
And he wipes out. Phenomenal.
that would be so uncomfortable.
His legs are everywhere.
I feel like that's just not Dickie B.
No, not at all. Doing
Um,
him such an injustice right there.
but this kid, I met him in Nashville when he was the photographer for Canadian team, and the way he introduced himself was, "I got a bottle of Everclear. Do you want to come back to our hotel?" And we said no, but he was a smart kid, and we were like, "What's up?" And he said, "If ever we want to come up and tour."
Oh, you ended it?
No, you can keep going. Just gotta laugh.
He said, whenever we wanted to come up and tour the place. I mean, this guy like skis to work.
This guy skis to
He
work.
skis to work, I swear. Dude, he'll snap on a Snap story and just be like, on my way to work, and fucking, I swear, dude, I'm not kidding. This it doesn't get any more.
I'd love to like snowmobile to work if I like lived in Alaska or something.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know who the fuck would want to live
Or
in
not to work,
Alaska.
maybe like just the grocery store or something.
I mean, you
They
think
have
like
groceries in Alaska.
there's kids in Alaska who are just like, I'm gonna get out of here one day. I'm gonna make it, you know?
Go to the big city.
Big to the. They look out, it's just ice. No, seriously. You know what? It's like you really think Connecticut sucks, but it's not that bad.
Where's the power strip that we had?
Somebody moved it. It's not there anymore.
Oh, I don't know. You go out to like these like rural areas, and you know you leave to go there, like go even just like travel through, and you're like, oh, I fucking hate Connecticut, and it's like you get there and you're like, oh, maybe it's not so bad after all.
It's perspective. That's
It's
what probably gives you. Tell your farm boy story.
Farm boy.
You were like in class, and they asked you, "What do you want to do when you grow up?" And you're like, "I want to work in the city."
Oh no. What did I? Yeah. It was like yeah. I said it was like a icebreaker, and they were like, "What are your career plans after college?" And I was like, I just want to go work in the city. And they're like, which city? And I was like, any city. And he's like, that's weird. And I was like, grew up on a farm, which I didn't, but he didn't know that, and he was like, okay, that makes sense. And yeah, it's pretty funny. I never grew up on a farm. I almost worked on a farm when I was 13. I'm glad I didn't.
Look at this kid. He's a natural.
Who, him?
No.
Oh, me?
Adam, podcaster.
I'm a professional here. I do. I like to bottle it all up. Just talk to myself. Entrepreneurs.
Yeah, we're gonna have enough content for 22 minutes. I can split this up into 2 segments already.
Cool.
Easy money.
I'm glad I was here, and
A little tighter.
even though you're holding up my
Little
nap
tighter.
sesh, but
Yeah, I know. It's very comfy.
yeah, that was Texas.
I love this
so.
guy.
Yeah, it was my selection.
Yeah.
It really was my selection.
They were giving it
From
away.
Bob's.
Yeah.
Was that the one?
He went to Florida, and then I went in.
Which was a catastrophe story just to begin with. Trying to get this thing into our old apartment
Yeah,
For another podcast.
for another. No, we can talk about it right
All
now.
right, let's hear it.
Yeah. I'll make as many episodes out of this until we're done talking.
Okay.
If you want to go.
two two very nice, but very thin white girls, and yeah, just trying to move it was not fun. And
So
in
we-
a pickup truck.
We had so the old apartment that we lived in, it was just all one single floor, and we already had the entire place furnished. Yeah, you'll see your audio jump, but the entire place was already furnished, and we decided that since we're moving to a new place with 3 levels, we got to get more furniture. So Adam thought it was a great idea to jump on this offer for the couch. They were basically giving it away, and we furnished our 2-bedroom apartment flat with 4 couches and no place to put the other 2 couches. So we stacked our ones that we put in the basement on top of each other. And then it was just like off into the corner. And then we put these out into our family room where they barely fit. But I'm glad I was not there for that. You know, I also wasn't there for moving this entire house in. And I didn't have to lift a finger.
Yep, we hired.
Another.
Neither was I.
We took on labor in the form of indentured servitude.
By payment of McDonald's.
So we fed
And-
them. We
and
took
Jewel
them
pods.
Oh yeah.
And
Can't
Jewel
forget
pods.
Jewel pods, and we let them sleep here sometimes. When
Free of charge.
it gets real cold out. So
Making it sound like they're just outside.
Yeah, you guys can come in now.
no,
It's hit the minus 10 degrees. Come on inside. Yeah, come on. We'll give you some hot cocoa.
that was one of my favorite memories. Was when Jordan fell off the U-Haul truck. That was prime. I'll never forget that.
Oh God.
That made me so happy.
I wish I could have been there to
That
see it.
made me so happy.
Not that she got hurt, just the situation. You're saying.
Definitely did hurt. She
Oh
just
yeah,
didn't-
I'm sure. That's
she
like a
didn't-
6 foot. No, not 6 foot, but like 4.5, 5 foot fall.
It was classic.
Smack onto the ground.
That's why I need to have someone following me with a video camera the whole time in life. Just need a. That's what Gary Vee says. He says you need to have
Consistently be recording.
a videographer.
Yeah.
He also
One
says
day-
you shouldn't go to college.
He does.
And
He
this is a
does.
college
Going against. I was
podcast.
gonna say we're going against that. So heavy right now.
He. I don't know. We can have another podcast.
Right.
No, we actually
Dissecting
we don't
that.
have to. We
I'll
don't have to.
prep
We
my
can-
notes for that.
Dude, are you gonna do
I'll-
that?
Gotta do my
prep my
research
notes.
on Gary Vee.
No, I know enough about him. I don't want to talk out of my ass right now.
I know he's a Jets fan,
I was gonna say he's
He
gonna buy
wants
us the Jets
his
one
life
day.
goal is to buy the Jets.
Yep.
and he absolutely should buy the Jets, and I think it'd be great for the Jets.
I think he's got a little more time. He's going to need a little more time to do it, but I firmly believe that he will do it at some point, or at least part.
When is
ownership
Gary Vee gonna be the next shark?
He is the next shark, or he is.
No,
a
but, like
shark.
I want him on Shark Tank, and I want to hear his opinions to these people that are like just coming up. They want to start a startup business, or like they already have some kind of like growing following, and then he just like rips them apart because Mark Cuban's too nice about it.
You know,
Not
Mark.
really. I mean, he's pretty realistic.
Okay, maybe I just don't know enough about it, but I
Mark-
want to see Gary Vee on Shark Tank.
Well, he did a show with Apple, and I don't think it did well. But yeah, and that was it was basically like a Shark Tank. Yeah, no, it really was a Shark Tank. It was Apple's version of Shark Tank on Apple TV or iTunes or whatever, and I just don't think it did well. It focused on like tech companies, and I never got to watch it. I think it was like Battle of the Apps or something like that. I don't know. I don't know if he should do that. I feel like he's fine where he is. I mean,
Yeah, he's already got his cult following.
you know what I really like about him though, is that he doesn't include, or like he doesn't show his family in anything, which like I respect because like that way they don't
Planet
have to,
of the
Planet
Apps.
of the Apps, yeah,
There you go.
Planet of the Apps.
That's a good name.
I respect that because that way, I'm sure it'd be weird as a child to go through like all that type of shit. So I that's one thing I do respect about him. And yes, I know he's got mixed feelings about college, but I mean clearly it was right in his own experience because he always like tweets like his report card when he was in like high school and it was like F's and everything. Swear to God, I'm sure you've seen him. Have you seen him?
No.
He like failed.
No.
The only thing he didn't fail was gym.
God, that'd be so fucking hard.
But it
to
didn't.
fail
But like
class. Oh my God,
the
imagine.
process of education did not make sense to him, but he understood business in his own terms, and clearly he understood it.
He's a people person.
Yeah, well, he understood it to more than an extent of what an average high schooler would, and he realized. I think he did go to college though.
I really don't know enough about him.
He went to college. He graduated, and then he ended up going to work with the family business.
Look at that. He went
UMass.
to UMass Amherst.
Yeah. So
Wow.
He
Holy shit.
and he went he and that's the other thing he pushed is like practicality. Like after, even though he had these big aspirations, it's like he wanted to do work with the family business. He lived with his parents till he was 35. I'm sure not many people would want to do that.
No shit.
But he was practical. He didn't mind it. He turned the business from like 5 million to like 50 million or something like that within that margin.
God damn.
And
Good for him.
he's a figure. He's a figure in the modern times of business. So Gary Vee, bless up. Shout out.
Plug.
Hire me.
Hire me. Give me a job. I love you so much.
Yeah. So what's next?
I don't know. We can literally talk about anything we want. We've already gone. This is 30 minutes that we've been recording already.
We got a lot of content.
And yeah, I can just cut this out if you guys like need to brainstorm a little bit. We can just not worry about it right now. What do I have up on the board over there?
UConn and
Rory.
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 That's a great topic.
That's a great topic of discussion. Wait, all right, Adam, why do all of us know each other? Why are we all here together? We're obviously all roommates. You haven't listened to the first or second podcast, but we recorded with Ron, and we're all friends with Ron, and now Ethan is
So
friends with Ron.
what's the question?
The question is, why are we all together? You and I lived with each other for a year. When
It all started
it really did all start with
when
you,
I got-
honestly.
deferred from going to UConn stores. Which I still have the rejection. I still have that rejection letter. I saved that rejection letter because, and I have it. Actually, I know it's here somewhere. I've saved that rejection letter because I want to frame it one day so that when I'm successful, it's gonna be,
That's cool.
a reminder. I saved it.
It's like Gary V's report cards.
Basically.
All his F's. Almost failing Jim.
So I was a little upset about that, but I didn't care in the grand scheme of things. So I ended up commuting, and then you got fired from Cafe Ra,
Yep.
and then I took your job,
Yep, that's right.
and then you got
Was that time
rehired.
period? That was that time period? So I got fired.
No, it was in high school.
Yeah, I was gonna say because
You
I
didn't
was still
come
in high school.
You didn't come back until I started going back to school.
That's right. So I got fired from my position. I went off to college, community college. I don't know why I always do this around community college, but it's fine. I went to community college for 2 years. 2 years.
And then
And then you said, hey.
And then you, me, and Christian Chastity, we all hung out. And then Christian was supposed to live with us. And then he got his thing at Fairfield. So we were like, fuck it, let's go live elsewhere. I was transferring to UConn, and you were going to go to Manchester. So we were just like, fuck it. And then was getting tired of little India.
Boy. Oh, boy. No, we did. No, it's a fact.
It's a fact.
It's a fact. It's a fact. We lived in a community where it was
Probably 95%
Indian. Yeah. It was fucking hilarious. But
And,
it was us and our neighbor.
And I can't even say
who was
like
the maintenance guy.
we didn't like them, or I can't even say, you know what? It's not like now. In all honesty, like people gave us looks.
Yeah,
That's
right. Yeah.
people gave us looks.
Like, why are you here?
Exactly.
What are you doing?
Exactly.
Get out of here, roundies.
So it just didn't feel.
We were in the wrong place.
Yeah.
We stumbled in the wrong section of Manchester.
And it was a cool starter place, and I remember we were looking to come up here, and we looked, and then they were building all this shit, and even though we should have probably came here to begin with, we didn't, and then we got the house. It was the last one for the time period, and I was like, boom, we'll take it, and then
Mr. Brenner, it's haunted. We'll take it. Where do I sign? Don't worry.
another podcast.
Another podcast.
And then you were transferring because I remember your dad.
So yeah, why do we know Ethan?
So then I gave him a tour around campus. I gave you and your dad a tour around campus in between shifts. Remember, I was working.
Yep, that's right.
Saturday, I had a double, so I had to go and then come back. And then you didn't know what you were gonna do, and I was like, this is the deadline. And then you texted me. He texted me the night before, and it was like, nah, man. And I was like, all right, whatever. And then the next morning, I was literally on my way to go do it, and he caught me just in time before I signed the paper. And he was like, psych. He's like, I'll live here.
I was going to live on campus, and then literally that fell through that same day. And I didn't want to, just, randomly live with different people. And then,
Otherwise, you would have been probably screwed.
Well, I'd be paying for living on campus. This is a great deal here for the haunted
Yeah,
house.
for the fucking haunted house. We got fun mirrors. We don't have fun mirrors.
But you were going to go to
should get fun
UConn
mirrors.
regardless, whether or not you were going to live with us.
Yes. Well, because I already got in at that point, and I didn't want to pay. I went to a little private college in Poughkeepsie, and it was just too expensive. And the in-state tuition.
It's money.
Just money,
It's
right?
so money.
But yeah, that's how we.
I'm saving so much money right now.
Oh, yeah.
It actually really worked out.
Anyone that doesn't go to their state's large university, what are you doing?
They're missing out.
You're missing out.
State school is the way to go.
Yeah, exactly. If you got into some elite college, if you're going to, I don't know, if you're going to Caltech, if you're going to, I can't even think of another one that fits the bill. But if you're going to Duke, you're going to North Carolina.
But if you're getting into Duke, that's all right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
So if
reasonable.
you're getting into some crazy good
Duke
college,
is private, right?
Yes.
yes, that is correct. Just go to your state school. Get that in-state tuition. What our friend John David, he went to Salve Regina, $65,000 a year, and then it was like, this is fucking ridiculous. I'm fucking out of here. And then he decided that he wanted to go to an even bigger college, and he went to Ohio State. lived there, said that he was actually like a resident of Ohio for a year and a half or 2 years, which he was. It's not like he was avoiding avoiding that or something like that. He actually did live there for 2 years,
Well, the
and that
methods.
now that in-state tuition is like fucking $5,000, $6,000. It's ridiculous. It's
There
dirt
was
cheap.
nothing happening at Salve. I went
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
We
yeah.
visited him. It was like,
$65,000 a year to go take a walk on a cliff,
oh my god.
and then if you failed one of your classes, you're
Yeah,
like, oh,
baseball,
maybe I
But,
just,
yeah, but you can't even do it.
Is that a baseball school? I know a kid on the baseball team.
I also
So do
Josh-
we. Yeah, Josh
does,
Sear
yeah,
plays
Josh
for the
does.
baseball team. He's a catcher. He's
So we
fucking fire.
went
Shout out Josh Sear.
and you can't, even when you go to that school, like the majority of the time it's freezing.
Yeah.
During the semester, and it's like we walked on the cliff, and it was one of the most painful experiences I've ever had.
Don't get it twisted. Newport during the summertime is amazing.
And I've never been in the summertime. Fun
You've
fact.
never been to Newport in the
Newport.
summer. It's a great time, especially if it's not raining, which it is more than less of the time.
It looks like a nice time. It also is. I mean, it's an expensive area,
Fuck yeah,
and
it's an expensive area.
I
But
don't-
anyway,
I don't mix well with the 1%. Want to just?
that's why we live with the Indians.
That's why we live with the Indians. Joe Sixpack.
I think we're going on 40 minutes. I gotta restart the camera again.
But
Continue with our story.
yeah, well, but
We don't mean to shit on Sal Regina that much.
I'm not shitting on him. Yeah, no.
Yeah, you're absolutely shitting on
Fuck Sal. No, I'm just kidding. It's a joke. I'm gonna get hate mail now. Just kidding, because no one's watching.
You're gonna get a
this.
rejection letter from Sal Regina, and you can frame that too.
I would have never
I
applied.
didn't even
to school.
apply.
Make sure you're still recording.
I only applied to schools that I could afford. That's actually very false. I don't know why I said that. I got into Boulder, and I wanted to go so bad.
a great school.
57.
$60,000 a year.
Is it really for out of state?
Yep.
Well, I thought they give out a lot of money.
Nope. I got nothing. My package was
Not for regular ass white boys from Connecticut.
Pure
And
Indian.
then I got denied.
Pure
from-
Indian.
Got denied from USC.
I actually meant Native
so-
American.
Are you?
I'm not.
No. If you are a Native American, they'll give you a
My
fuck
friend's
ton of money.
brother, they're like either like 1/8 or 1/16, and that's like actually a high percentage for being Native American. And I'm pretty sure they gave him a decent amount of money. That's why he went there.
It's all the casino earnings.
Yeah, we should go to the casino.
We should.
I don't have money to blow. Not yet. At
Just
least.
collected that Yukon check, baby.
That was nice.
Oh yeah. It's still sitting in my car, which it should not be in there. But that's a hefty amount of cash that I'm sitting on. I gotta go deposit that. Anyway, so we know Ethan, and kind of forgot where we were going with this. Oh, we want to spiral back to Rory.
Oh,
That's the
we
whole
brought up
reason.
Rory, and we
Yeah,
just
yeah.
totally rambled on.
No,
about
we
something.
wanted we want to start in
why
the
are
right
we
place
talking about Rory?
because that's like the one thing that we all connect on, other than like baseball.
Is Rory?
He's a Rory. He's a Rory McGloin. He's a fucking massive beefcake. So the first.
I don't want any part of this conversation.
I guess we'll keep it short and sweet. Adam took a comm class at UConn, and he took it first, and he
Well, you
was
gotta talk into the microphone, boy.
yeah. I'll do the segment. So Adam takes the class, yada yada yada. He toots it very heavily. Did you ace the course? That was a soft. Yeah. So he aced it by a hair. But so then Ethan and I, we had to take one more elective course that like fulfilled a couple of our areas. And Adam was like, yeah, just take the communication course. You might get my professor. We walk in the first day of lecture for like the big lecture. And this dude just comes out with a massive amount of energy, like the definition of big dick energy. And we're looking around and like because we met our TAs first, right?
Well, we knew we had the same class, like
Right.
before coming into it.
So we walk in and we know that we're gonna like see the entire class. Obviously, it's the lecture group, and we see all the TAs. And this guy is like, how old is Rory? He's got to
He's
be.
got to be in like late 30s.
All right, he's in his late 30s, maybe his early 40s. He could be deceitful or deceiving in age. And we see all the TAs that are lined up. Mind you, it's like a 500. No, not 500.
250.
250 person lecture. And there's 4 TAs for all these kids. Yeah. Better, Emily.
Blonde Emily.
I think I had the better Emily, but you had the better Emily.
Well, unfortunately,
You follow?
my TA was much stricter than your Emily.
That's why my Emily is
and-
better.
But mine was
I love
more
Emily.
attractive.
I love my Emily. She was so great.
You were shitting on her that first day.
What? Oh yeah, because she said
Comm class.
Yeah, comm class, and I didn't
Public
understand.
speaking.
Yeah, exactly. We took public speaking. Obviously, this was the comm class, and I didn't like that. I read in the syllabus that when we did our presentations, you would get docked like massively for saying or But then the first day of lecture, in our discussion group, she's like dropping. I counted, and it was like over 90 ums and uhs, and I was like, I don't know if
I
I'd
lost
be able to
20
take that.
points on a speech because I was 3 seconds short of time. 1:57, and it was 2 minutes. It had to be 2 minutes.
That's a big oof.
Yeah, big oof.
Also, when we first moved into this house and we found out that the dishwasher made noises.
What dishwasher doesn't make noises though?
Old ones.
The old one at the Manchester apartment did not make noises, and it sucked ass. Every time that we washed the dishes, it would leave like this white film over all. Like if you turn things upside down, it'd be all on the inside of the cups. It was fucking disgusting.
That sucks.
So it just did not do its job. We were just better off hand washing everything. So yeah, we moved into this place and the dishwasher made noises, and that was fucking money. Freaked out the first time. Our refrigerator makes ice. Our clothes washer, what do you call that? Washing machine. That makes noises too. I think that's
Our
it.
neighbors make noises too.
Our neighbors make
It
noises.
sounds like you could be
Our
in the house by
neighbors,
yourself and like you're hearing people downstairs. You think?
Should we not tell that story?
No.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Who's gonna see it?
All our neighbors are watching.
Well, see, you're building now. Now you're building this brand, but we got to get it out there. You gotta push it on people. You gotta advertise. You gotta promote
Yeah, I
it.
was figuring that I would just the first really decent one that we do that it actually is funny.
What do you upload this on? YouTube?
YouTube.
Why don't you get a Spotify account?
You could upload on Spotify too, but we have like video. That's why it's on YouTube.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know if you can upload YouTube. Yeah, but I feel like
The video is like we're not really contributing much on the video. It's just us sitting here.
not the only college podcast.
First net, brother.
Hey, look, that's our room.
Your bread
our living
isn't important.
It's a great concept. Look at this. And you,
How many views?
6?
6. This is the third podcast.
22.
We're starting at
5.
6 views.
22 views. 5 views.
See, we need more people to watch the
You know what
second
you gotta
one.
do? You just gotta go like put a fucking do like a campaign on like Twitter or Instagram.
Yeah, that's what
Just
we're doing.
If you want to drop like $50 and just run it for a few weeks or every now and then, or Snapchat.
That's right. I'm gonna do the swipe up thing, where it's like, hey, if you want to
how
watch,
many views does it take you to like actually make?
You go into
money.
fucking
Couple
Union,
thousand.
just get some flyers made up and just fucking with a QR code and just take a picture of it.
QR code. Like what is this? Like 2010?
Dude, QR people. If snap codes are real, you use a snap code, don't you?
yes,
So go fuck
What
yourself.
person do you think is actually gonna like oh shit, they have to open their QR app, like they see that and they're gonna
I'm
open
pretty
the
sure if you
video.
just take a picture of it, it works.
on
now
just like
with
normal
Apple, 'cause-
camera roll.
Yeah, I thought so.
I didn't know that.
does iOS have a QR code scanner now?
It
I didn't
doesn't
think
have
so.
it specifically, but I don't know.
Shit.
Or just do a snap code.
But that only works for Snap.
Yeah, but then if you use
All right, here we go. We're gonna
Snapchat
try
as
this.
Try to
a,
scan that QR.
if you use Snapchat as a platform to do like a swipe up, as you can refer them to the
I
snap.
also have phone aids, so I mean, I
you
don't know
can-
if it's gonna work.
Go fuck yourself.
No shit.
Go
Well, it worked. Yeah, it
fuck
worked.
yourself.
Did not know that.
Go.
Wait, how do we
That's
access
fucking
that?
crazy.
Now apologize.
I didn't say shit.
How did it access that?
Fucking apologize.
I'm not apologizing for shit.
You don't know shit.
Focus.
That's the thing. You don't know shit.
How crazy is that?
It's not crazy because I knew that. Fucking hoe.
Go
Look at
flex,
this
bro.
great website.
Dirty hoe.
QR.com.
Fuck yourself. The point is that even if you just did a snap code and you use Snapchat as a channel to just do like a promotion like segment and swipe up, that way, if QR didn't
Bugging
work,
me.
Or just mass snap everyone that we know. every time that we
Why
upload
would you?
something.
Why would you? No. Why would you? You know, first of all, you
Because
don't
I want to inconvenience their
First
day.
of all, you don't know everybody. Second,
I do know everybody
You
in my
don't know
Snapchat
everybody.
list.
Not fucking. No, never mind. Yeah, you're right. But
yeah.
like, if you want to do it at UConn, is what I'm saying. Is if
Oh
you're
yeah,
targeting
oh, no.
if you're targeting UConn, then
Majority
you'd
of
have
the
to run.
population of
You'd have
UConn.
to run a campaign.
I'm not. Here's the thing. Oh, you never like heard the concept of this? Is that this is not the only college podcast? So it's one. It serves two purposes. One, it's not the only college podcast. It's very superficial. This is not the only college podcast that there is. Two, we're a traveling podcast, and this is not the only college that we're based from. So it's like, yes, we're near UConn, and we can talk about UConn things, but once we have some kind of following or something like that, we get good amount of views, we're going to go to other colleges and just talk to people from other colleges. Because like you can interview a fraternity, you can interview just like regular people that are like just walking around the
I like
campus.
that concept.
Take your 5 minutes of fame. Everyone wants their 5 minutes of fame, right? So you set up a camera. What did you say when we tried to have the party? When we tried to have the party, and you were like, you don't even need to like carry around a camera. People will come right up to you. All you have to do is just wear the body camera, and people will come right up and put their face in the fucking camera because everyone wants their 5 minutes of fame.
Oh yeah, that was like me at the Mets game.
That's right. That's right.
What's that story?
Fucking. You ever seen that video?
No.
We'll flash the video up on the podcast.
I
I'll
can't.
send it
I
to you.
can't do
Probably
that.
not,
But I can't get video. I mean, I can't get video.
You
But
gotta
that's
up
too
the
much.
software,
That's too
guy.
much
Get
work.
the
What did you-
software.
You wore a body camera at a Mets game?
No. I'm just saying, like when the Mets won and beat the Cubs, and where we were sitting, they had a camera on like a suspension line, and they like just hovered over us, and like I was literally trying to grab the camera, fucking going ape shit. And my mom, she sent me the video from home because you couldn't miss me. It's pretty.
That's
He was-
awesome.
he was
But the
going
point
fucking
was,
bananas.
it's like
Everybody wants their 5 minutes of fame.
everybody wants their 5 minutes fame. I like that. I like that. That mission, that whole idea. That's it's good positioning. It's good positioning. And
So you can travel. So I would hit all the colleges that are in Connecticut, at least the state schools first because it's public domain, and you can legally just do anything as long as you're not on like the actual property. You can be anywhere on their public space, and you can just set up like a table.
have we reached out to anybody yet? Do we have an email?
No, Flynn wants to come and do a pod. Nazer wants to come do a pod.
Why don't we should have Flynn handle our social media.
Oh,
Kyle Flynn, this is
dude,
a job offer.
This is the official offer to
There is
Kyle
no
Flynn.
compensation whatsoever.
No, it's
But
conversations.
you put it on your
being
resume?
the podcast.
You put it on your resume.
That you ran a
resume
podcast,
builder. Yep. And well, no, she ran. Yeah, you ran.
And they're gonna look it up, and it's got 22 views.
Nah, we'll make robo accounts and we'll just fucking follow that shit. 'Cause that's
We
how
have 3
people-
followers.
One of them's me.
I'll go follow.
That's right. Damn it, I forgot. We have 2 followers.
Oh, we should plan activities. Activities coming your way. Musical appearances
By Adam Brennan.
by Adam.
That's the thing. It's like we have these 2 what are they called? Compression microphones, and we have the Astros. But
We need a third microphone.
we
That's
need
just all it is.
we have the 3rd microphone right there.
It's a piece of shit.
No, it's actually way above our weight class. That's the thing. These are pieces of shit.
Really?
That
Are you
microphone
talking
over
about the
there.
microphone Ron used?
No. I'm talking about the microphone.
Oh,
See that thing with the 3 prongs
yeah,
right
I
there?
see it.
That is way above our weight class. Like that's a audio recording and instrument recording microphone.
Didn't
So
know we had that.
you're supposed to do it at the same time, or like put your guitar or whatever you're playing
You have
next
the
to
right
it.
like cord for that too.
Yeah, I got it. Plugs into XLR, but I don't have another XLR input. So if we do get some kind of cult following, and for some fucking stroke of good luck or good measure, we start making money, I'll buy a new interface.
That'd be wild.
I
That'd be
also
fucking-
believe
That'd
that
be wild if you made money off
if
this.
they, we should, once you have the phase of bringing in more followers and you take suggestions,
Yeah.
try to gear it towards the consumer.
Right, people just email us, ask us questions.
We don't have an email, so we can't even share an email or
People
Twitter
write
account.
YouTube
It-
comments.
Yeah, I was gonna say DM us in the comments or DM us or just comment on the videos. We'll
Yeah.
take suggestions.
Right now, if you comment, you're guaranteed to get on the podcast.
110%. We will see it.
We'll take anything right now. We're pretty